Hello.
Hello. I'm Erin Bell.
And I'm Kenny Page.
And we are Potty Mouth. We've got some wedding Reddit stories for you guys today. So buckle up because who doesn't love some wedding drama? As long as it's not your wedding drama, it's fun, but...
Yeah. And it is from r/WeddingDrama. Literally.
This one is it common to lose friends before your wedding? This is just under need advice. Our wedding is coming up and we just had to uninvite a few friends that were rude during the bachelorette. It's also becoming clear to us that a few of our supposedly close friends aren't that close anymore. Later, no RSVPs, lack of excitement, or their or our part, feelings of obligation. Is it normal if both a couple of friends... Okay, sorry. I'm too tired for this shit. Is this normal? It's both a couple of friends on my side and a couple on my partner's side. Edit. We'll share the bachelorette story a few months when it's less new. We're in our 30s and the friends in question are college friends. We won't expect people to drop plans to join our wedding or spend a fortune on it, just expecting people to RSVP. No, if they can't make it. It mostly feels like a healthy reevaluation of a long-term friendships where the amount we have in common is decreasing. Not super worried about us being the issue. There's more friends going than not going. Was just wondering if this is an experience shared by other people. Edit 2. Maybe I'm just too... Same. Maybe I'm just too autistic and literal to get it. But so many comments are about being the common denominator or that people don't care about others' weddings. All fair things, but not about whether the friendship drama is something others have experienced leading up to the wedding. I didn't ask AITA. Final edit. Thanks for all the comments. Cliche, but this got a lot more attention than I expected. I learned a lot and experienced... We're just gonna... Final edit. Thanks for all the comments. Cliche, but this got a lot more attention than I expected. I learned a lot and appreciate the input. 423 upvotes, 344 comments. This was 30 days ago. And the thing with weddings is you're really going to find out who your true friends are.
Oh, yeah.
They're either going to make the time for you, help you out, or they're just not.
Mm-hmm.
I was very fortunate. All of my friends, all of Jared's friends, well, not all of them, came through because we had that mishap with one of his groomsmen. Yeah. I also took a nap on the floor, literally. That's why I sound like this. Desperate times call for desperate measures, but I feel like weddings always bring out the worst and best.
And it's either during or it's right after. In my case, it was both.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you didn't have any wedding drama of any sort, consider yourself lucky. Because you're already so mentally drained from planning and making sure everything goes right, which if there's any wedding that goes as perfectly as you ever imagined, I think you're lying. There's always going to be something that comes up. Like, even if it comes up and it gets resolved, it's still, like, obviously it's going to be your perfect day. The day is going to be perfect no matter what. Unless if there's, like, a ginormous mishap. But there's always going to be something. Something's going to come up. Somebody's going to forget something. Somebody's going to have something to say.
Someone's going to wear the wrong boutonniere. Even when their name is marked on it. It happens.
It happens. Yeah, there's always going to be something.
Someone literally was like, lack of excitement? Sorry, this is coming across as though you might be the problem. Are you expecting a parade in your honor? Let me guess, this person's ever been married.
Did you catch the feeling of obligation part? What is that she expecting people to do? Oh my gosh.
This is not going where I thought.
Okay, for one, obviously, there's a lot of comments under that.
People are bashing the OP.
Oh, I don't think it's bad to expect your close friends to be happy for you when you are literally getting married. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I was, obviously I was excited when you got married. I bawled my ass out. Like, there's like so much, how, how, how can your friends not be excited for you? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like, some people show it differently. Like,
although I did have some people who were friends with me at the time, or at least I thought were friends, that also. But from my personal experience of that situation, I thought that they would have been more excited because they were a childhood best friend. But then turned behind my back and turned out to not be so excited. They were pretending to be excited. And of course that hurt, but I also brushed it under the rug because it was drawn out for so long that it was to be expected of at that point. I kind of wish that I wasn't so blindsided, but I was so in the moment of preparing a wedding, doing everything. I literally planned 99.9% of the wedding by myself. It was during COVID. I already mentioned that in a previous video too. It was during COVID, and
I literally, and I still talk about this, and I will probably always talk about this, like how I wish I was more aware of what it takes to make a plan a wedding, because I was a bridesmaid in your wedding, and like I feel like I was not as involved as I should have been. I just like looking back now, I'm like, oh my god, like how much work it really does take, and like how much you have to do to plan it, especially when you're a DIY little queen girly. Like it takes a lot, you know? So knowing what I know now, I just feel really bad. I'm
and
always going to feel bad. Because I can't do anything about it. Like it's not going to, you know?
right.
There's nothing I can do
We're gonna have a
to
mic
change
count
that.
for you. I just feel like also me. There's also been other situations where I was like super excited about friends getting married and then just kind of like being pushed away in a sense of like that's also when you find out that people who you think that you're close with. I feel like this also goes with this situation. It's people that you think that you are close with, but they're not as close with you as they put you out to be. Is that a good way to put that? I don't know. I don't know. Weddings will definitely show people's true colors, no matter the situation. Even like,
Good or bad.
yeah,
It'll always
it's
come to light people that want to steal a spotlight.
as shitty as it is.
People are just bashing.
People are saying how many is a couple on each side because personally, I do not think losing 5+ friends during the lead up to a wedding is normal. Which also, who knows if the OP is over dramatizing the situation? Like,
Yeah. Well, like she also said she's autistic, so
but also they don't know if
that changes things.
is that. But is that her saying that she is, or is she like I don't know.
Like a crutch.
Yeah.
Like I've heard from people in their experiences that some people that have autism take things too literally. So like you have to describe it in a different way or else like it's what and that's out of their experiences themselves. So that's just what I've heard from other people say that they've experienced it with. But so maybe that's her problem, is that she's just
Could be.
weddings are finicky. Someone literally says no one is excited about anyone's wedding, LOL. They're such a pain in the ass. I mean, we enjoy the event, but never is it something that we actually look forward to. And then someone below that goes, okay, I don't know. I'm generally excited about other people's weddings. I love, and I love a good open bar. Who doesn't love freaking free booze and
Food.
a happy cry? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Besides people that don't show their emotions.
Yeah, it just baffles me. Like, I've only ever been in your wedding, and to be in your wedding, like, I was excited to be in your wedding. I was like, hell yeah, like, I get to be in a wedding, I get to share your special day with you, like, I get to be by your side, like, I get to help you with this and that. Like, I don't know how. See, I disagree with a lot of the comments. Like, yeah, weddings can be boring, but also it seems like maybe a lot of them haven't been to a wedding before,
Or
or
been
if
married.
they or have been married, or if they've been to a wedding that wasn't like super upbeat or anything. Like, ours was a backyard wedding, essentially, but it was during COVID, and I don't know, there were so many people that are like, oh, we had such a fun time, and now I'm sitting here like, what if they lied to me? What if they didn't really enjoy it? But it was, I don't know. Also, inviting the people that you want to be there, it's kind of a slap in the face whenever you're excited to obviously it's your special day and what matters is that you just got fucking married, but also wanting to spend your special day with the people who matter most to you, but then them not being as excited as you, like, wanting them to be there. It's just kind of like a slap in the face. Like, you expected them to be happy when they get married. She's likely to be happy for them. She's likely, like, if her best friend were to get married, she's likely to be excited for their big day, excited that they get to start a new chapter in their life. I don't know. It's just...
Well, especially your close friends.
Right.
Like, I get...
Especially close enough to be on a bachelorette trip and bachelor trip. I don't know.
I wonder if she posted the batch trip.
There's a reply here, but she's replying to a person saying, no doubt that they were weary of spending money on weddings. Thankfully, I've never gone to a hen party, what Americans call a bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
It all sounds expensive and unnecessary. I'd be allergic to the whole thing. How many thousand would they expect to drop? And she said no thousands were expected. We've done all we can to limit the cost of participation. Doesn't mean a babysitter and or hotels are cheap, so still want to be respectful towards people where the cost is a barrier. Which, I feel like, I guess in that part, I can also agree, like, if you go on, like, a destination bachelorette trip... Okay, sorry, Jared. I mean, it wasn't necessarily destination, but also to go to it...
It's out of state.
Yeah. Anything out of state and travel, accommodation, like, anything of that sort, yeah, I can see where people can be upset about that. Or people giving backlash, like, oh, you should have saved up. Like, if the bride was like, oh, you should have saved up for this, like you do. But, like, it's, everybody's financial stability and everything is different. I mean, that's why I kind of stayed local. I kind of wish I did more, but it was in a sense of, I also planned everything myself. I was, like, kind of like, I don't know what to do, so I'll just do this. And, like, we still have fun, but also part of me wishes that I would have done a little bit more. But also, I didn't want to ask of a lot, if that makes sense. Because a lot of, like, there was only 3 of us who were of age to be able to drink at the time. One was pregnant. I didn't really feel like getting sloshed. Like, I drank a little bit when I got back, but it just wasn't... I was also... that's another part. I was also worried because my son had hand, foot, and mouth and impetigo. Impetigo. He had both of those at once, so we literally had to leave early the next morning so I could go wait at urgent care for 3 hours to get him checked out.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. So it essentially... And then I wasn't, like, worried about my husband, but he was out drinking and he was sloshed, and then he stayed at his friend's house, so we had to worry about going and picking him up because we had adult responsibilities of our son. And
I was Uber Aaron for the day.
Yeah. It was just... It was just snowballed. It was just... I mean, everybody has their own experiences and all of that. This person, however, said, I know what you mean. I'm getting ghosted by some old friends and it stings. It's not that I expect everyone to be ecstatic, but at least have some courtesy to RSVP, know, or text that they can't come.
It's such a weird thing, because that really is what divides a lot of stuff. It's like, granted, I feel like a lot of people that we really are close with, like, they either showed up, gave us a reason why they couldn't, or whatever, but, like, it's a lot. A wedding's a lot to handle, to deal with, and to try to figure out, and especially, like, if you've never been married before, you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Like, it's such a first-time experience. Like, that's, like, why, like, my opinions when I first got engaged of how I wanted things to go were so different by the time that we were getting married.
Oh, yeah. Friendship and family drama are very common in the run-up to the wedding. Even supposedly supportive people start to show their true colors.
Yep.
Unfortunately. Like you said, even with the run-up, like, to the wedding, things change so much. Like, people... I don't know. It's just wild to me that there are so many people who can turn out to be completely different from the time you get engaged. They can be excited and everything, but then they turn around, talk behind your back, and then you get up to your wedding day and they act so excited and everything else, and then as soon as your wedding's done and over with, they got their spot. They had their time to shine and they weren't excited at all, and they just pretended they wanted a spot. I don't know. And it sucks because like I hate looking back at that in a sense of my wedding, because obviously we got married. We're still married. We it was That was the whole point. It's our wedding, but also the point of bridesmaids and groomsmen are that they're supposed to be the people that support you the most, and then in the long run for them to turn around and do all like anything, talk shit behind your back, not show up with things, not want to help, and like shit like that. It's just kind of it's shitty. Like, why would somebody want to sabotage somebody so badly over that? And then it also plays in a role of like seeing people who pick people that you didn't expect them to pick, and then they turn around and they end up like, you're just like, yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Like, there's people who will be like, oh yeah, no, I knew that they were like that. I'm like, why didn't you say that before the wedding? Like, it's weddings are drama. Everybody's there's a bunch of comments that are like, elope. Just go elope. I wasn't too worried about the RSVPs. Honestly, I got whoever showed up. We had, like I said, a COVID wedding, and there were people who RSVP'd that wanted to show up but didn't show up, and then I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. I didn't realize until a couple weeks later because I didn't really care in the moment. Stung a little bit afterwards, but it's fine.
There was literally only like, I think, one person that did not go that I was actually super bummed about. Other than that, I mean, it is what it is, you know?
You're right. In the end, you're married. You were happy, you got married.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, it just baffles me at how many people have the mindset of sabotaging weddings, or I don't know.
Some people are just so jealous and envious. It just, like, they want things so badly for themselves, which is fine, but then they go into, like, destructive mode.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. You want to read it?
Which
I feel
one is
half
it?
dead.
The one from 17 days ago?
17 days and 4 days are the last one we have left.
All right. This one's a little lengthy, but it is from r/WeddingDrama. My 34 female friend, 35 male, left me out of his wedding, but now he wants in mine. Where do I begin? 10 years ago, I met a friend we will call Amber. We were super close friends and bonded pretty quickly. Over time, we sort of grew apart. She was going through a lot of life issues, mental health issues, and she moved away with no vehicle. Communication with her was touch and go, though when we did hang out, things were pretty great and nothing was amiss. She had a boyfriend named James. James and me always got along too. He moved to my area for work, and then we got close. We were good friends and would do stuff together, go to dinner, etc. Not just by ourselves, but with other mutual friends. I went through a tough time, and he was there for me. Throughout our friendships, I've always been in a relationship. I'd like to state that there was no attraction between us, and we were just friends. Our friendship bothered Amber, and she was going through a lot of things at this time. She was convinced that James and me were cheating together. She considered our dinners and outings dates. She got really upset and things were awkward for a while. Apparently, she vented to other friends about it, and after that, none of them liked me. Although she had never met me, her best friend, Beatrice, hates me and fed more fuel to the flame by telling Amber we were definitely cheating with each other, and they both confronted James about it, which caused drama, and he nearly broke up with her over her insecurities.
Ooh.
James and me continued to be friends with established boundaries to respect Amber. Amber and me became friends again. However, last year when they had their wedding, I was disinvited from the wedding party. Initially, I was going to be a bridesmaid, but because Amber, during that time, had said all those untrue things about me, she didn't want me in the bridal party because of the other bridesmaids that had resentments about me. That's not what hurt me, though. They had a joint bachelor/bachelorette party, and we were not invited. James told me it was for the wedding party only, so we were left out. It left me feeling very devastated because me and him were actually really close friends. And then I got left out of all of the fun stuff because it was limited to who was in the wedding. I expressed my disappointment, but I still attended the wedding with my partner and gave a gift. I didn't have fun at the wedding and was mostly ignored by Amber and her bridal crew. I let it go because it was her wedding and she can do what she wants. I just expected more from James since it was his wedding too. Now we are planning me and my partner's wedding, and I'm planning my bridal shower, the bachelorette, etc. James and me still talk, but not as frequently since his wedding. He's asking about what activities we are going to do and asks if Amber can still be in the wedding. IDK, I'm not trying to be petty, but it feels unfair that I got left out of everything, but now they want involved in mine. I think one of the reasons is because ours is going to be a bit more elaborate. We're doing a weekend in Vegas for a joint party and having a girls' weekend with mani-pedis, a lunch, shopping, etc., and it's all paid for. It's causing drama and they feel hurt, and it's just so annoying. TLDR, one of my best friends left me out of the wedding festivities due to past issues with his wife, and now he wants them both involved in mine.
Okay, let's unpack this real quick. So for me, it's a whole situation of invite who you want to invite, because at the end of the day, it's your time. I would not want to sit there and have a bachelorette with a girl that sat there and made up rumors and then got her whole gang of to gang up on me for stuff that may or may not have been true, because obviously we don't know. It's not our lives. We don't know if there actually wasn't anything that happened. Because for me, Jared, it makes me feel a little yucky if he has one-on-one time with a woman.
Right, especially
if it was a childhood friend would be one thing. But like if it was a childhood friend, like y'all have known each other for so long, like I don't know, like whatever, like I'm not gonna stop a relationship like that. Like I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? But like I think it's inappropriate to be hanging out one on one.
Like going out to dinners and stuff. Yeah, it just seems
in groups is fine.
Yeah, it just seems a little weird.
If it's one-on-one,
her friend, and then you going like
I don't know if it's. I mean, I know I'm going to get dogged on for being like, oh, you can't control who. I'm like, I'm not controlling nothing.
Yeah, but in this situation, it does seem a little fishy.
A little like, and it's hard because I used to have a lot of guy friends before I got with Jarrett. And then once Jarrett and I became a thing, I just pretty much stopped being friends with a lot of, like, I still have guy friends, like, okay, Garrett. But it's always group settings. It's never one-on-one.
Right.
I think it's just the most respectful. Plus, obviously, he knows Jarrett. So, like, him and Kale, which is funny because, like, I know Kale. It's his girlfriend. So, like, we all freaking, like, know each other. So, it's like, it works out anyways. That's literally the only guy that I can name off that I'm actually, like, friends with.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, most of the people that
besides Christopher, but Christopher I've known since I was 10.
Yeah. Most of my, like, guy friends, I'm friends with, like, their girlfriend. Like you said, it's just,
a group setting. It's never just one-on-one.
Yeah. Like, I can definitely see both ways of, like, her going out with Amber's boyfriend to dinner. But then also it's a little strange that James, they want to be in her wedding now.
Get your yucky cucky pee pee poo poo the fuck up out of here.
It's just, I don't know. There's just like there's people that have joked around about like, oh, like whenever like Alex and I talked about renewing our vows, and if we renew our vows, I'm like, do we have the whole wedding party? Like, obviously, I feel like the wedding party that we had,
You guys
like,
are
people in
good. You
our
got
wedding,
knocked one on each side. You're good.
yeah. Well, like, if we had them, like, sitting up front, but it's like, I've had people joke around, like, oh, I'll replace the one person. I'm like,
No.
no.
Nope.
No.
Not up for a debate. Sorry.
This person said, OP, if you consider Amber and James best friends, get new friends. They're not good people, and I would have cut them off so long ago, seriously. You can, at the very least, invite them to the wedding and sit them in the back at the reception, but I'd not invite them. Oh, sorry, we just don't have room. It's just an intimate group of our closest friends and family. I'm sure you understand. And stop being around people who are such drama llamas. Period. Bless you.
It was there. I was literally like this while you're talking. So I'm like, don't tease. This one's highlighted. And I don't know why. But it says, in quotations, we're restricting invitations to close friends and family only. I'm sure you'll understand. They know you're no longer close. They know why.
Yep.
Yeah. Limit the...
Yeah.
I mean, it's your wedding. Like, I am so big on doing whatever you want to do. Obviously, though, if you do some extreme stuff or whatever, there can be consequences for those actions. But, like, at the same time, it's like, it is your wedding. You do what you want to do, whatever makes you happy, whatever you and your partner agree on, and that's all that matters. It is never up to anyone else but you and your partner. Because I know, like, whenever I was saying, like, if it was up to me, and then Elizabeth was like, it's your wedding. What do you mean? It is up to you. And I'm like, it's too much pressure. But, you know, because, like, I'm always afraid of, like, hurting people's feelings and stepping on toes. And I'm like, for my wedding, after that, I was just like, okay.
Yeah. Like,
Full
there's
send.
people who are afraid of stepping on toes, and then there's people who would just be like, yep, no, you're gone. And then there's the people that they're just too nice. And it's, hello?
Jared, what are you doing?
You were just going to leave your MacBook Pro sitting out there for hours.
Special delivery.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Love you.
It don't matter. I don't give a
Brief intermission.
Literally.
I do like this comment, and I do feel like this is a good one to end, like, this one up on. It said, so, these two people only popped back up because they went in on a fancy wedding and a fun trip.
Yep, they want a trip.
Yeah. You and James aren't even close anymore, and his wife has always disliked you. James is a former friend. Amber was never your friend, and why are you holding on to these people?
James.
I'm guilty of situation of that. But also, I've been on both sides of that situation. It feels like he's not your friend. It's time to back away from the contact with him. Amber was not your friend. Amber is not a good friend. Amber is choosing her friends over you, that even though you thought that you were her friend. I'm going to end on that one. Oh, okay. On that note, we've kind of filled in on some of our experiences in previous videos, and also with those Reddit stories. Yeah, weddings come with so much drama and people showing their true colors, and it's such a thing because, like people said, like, your friends should be excited for you. You're excited for yourself, and then they end up not being excited, and then there's the people that are like, yeah, so what? It's not their wedding. Like, why should they be? What? Like, that's the whole point of inviting people to weddings, too.
To celebrate together.
To celebrate together. To be excited together. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of like a back and forth thing. Like, I don't give but also I kind of do. Like, there's, like, deep down, it's like, yeah, that kind of stung a little, but I don't care. Like, I'll say, like, I don't care. It's done and over with. It's in the past. You can't do anything about it now. Like, especially if that person got rid of, like, they're out of the picture now. Good for you. Now you don't have to worry about inviting them to your future kids' birthday parties and like that. Like, and then being drug into other people's drama, or, like, being in a wedding. And, like, I know that there's, like, certain people that I was kind of, like, friends with, or that I wasn't, like, afraid of being in their wedding, but there were people who I was friends with, but they saw me as a bigger friend too, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's just kind of a, weddings are a sticky situation for sure.
Yeah.
And it's already hard enough picking and choosing, like, what family members. Like, you don't want to invite, like, your grandma's stepbrother over here. Like,
Incorrect for me. For me personally, I had no problem being like, no,
Yeah.
yes, no. Because my family's too damn big, and half of them are not even around or have said some things, nasty things. I just don't need it. Don't care. I don't talk to them enough for it to be a thing. And the people that I wanted to invite, I invited. Like, we invited a lot of freaking, like, over 300 people. We invited everyone that we wanted to. And we did not spare anyone. Like, we invited everybody that we wanted to invite. Obviously, not that many people showed up. But...
I mean, you had a decent turnout for what you had.
Oh, yeah, no. We definitely had a lot of people turn up. But... I'm just saying, like, not everybody obviously showed up. But, like, you know, we made sure that everybody knew that we wanted them there. And if they couldn't come, like, it is what it is. Like, everyone has stuff going on. Like, everyone has lives. Like, I know not everyone's going to be like, okay, I have to go to her wedding. But, like, no, like, it's okay. Like, I know people have lives. And it's very special for the people that did come out to see Jarrett and I get married and stuff. And, like, it was such a beautiful experience. And, like, I guess, like, I didn't see it because I missed it. But, like, I guess... who was it that said, like, my grandma was crying, Grandma G was crying. And I'm like, I never see that woman cry.
Yeah.
So, like,
Alex said it because he was like, she never cries, but she was crying. Yeah.
And that's, I mean, special.
I was crying. I was, like, not, like, everything, especially because my son was in the wedding too. So it was, like, something, like, it was extra special. My husband and I, and my son, like, and nieces and nephews, just seeing, like, everybody come together in, like, that special moment. It was, like, something that, like, I wouldn't say that I couldn't experience, but I didn't experience, just in the sense of, like I said, I had a COVID wedding, so it was small, and not everybody that I wanted to invite could come, or there were people who were literally sick with COVID. Aaron damn near missed our wedding, both Aaron and Jarrett. They literally got cleared the day before. And with it being outside, we were like, okay, whatever. Like, if you guys can make it, great. But it was just, like, that was, like, one of the most stressful things. Was literally, like, I was upset. And she was like, I have COVID. Like, she was crying. I was crying.
Literally in the hallway pacing around. And I literally had to break the news. I was like, Kendall, I got the results back. I have COVID. And she's like, what? Yeah, I remember because I knew I had COVID before I got told I had COVID because I lost smell and taste. And I was like, yeah, I have COVID. Yeah. Because I've never had that with anything ever in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, I knew I had COVID. And then I got the test results back, I think literally that same day. So I had to call my work. I had to call, like, everyone under the sun to tell them what was going on. And then that way, if they had close contact or whatever.
Right.
And it just sucked.
That whole month was so because I had the bachelorette party. And then my son had hand, foot, and mouth and all of that. And so his face was scarred. And I was so upset because his face was going to be scarred and scabbed for the wedding. And I was just...
You had the bachelorette party. That's probably when I got COVID. Because you had the bachelorette party. And I was fine. And then literally, like...
It was maybe a week later.
It was September because it was literally September 12th. I came back home, and literally the minute I walked through the door, I was like, I don't feel right. Like, I don't know what it was, but I finally was able to settle down. I was like, something doesn't feel right. And I just had a feeling, and I called off work.
That whole entire month was insane, and it happened so fast. I literally, around that same time, I had put in my 2 weeks at my job that I had then. I put in my 2 weeks, and 3 days into putting in my 2 weeks was when Camden got sick. And so I never went back to work because it was just, like, by the time he was better, I got hand, foot, and mouth, too. My uncle had hand, foot, and mouth.
I remember being in the house, and you're like, we have impetigo. I'm like, what?
Yeah, what is this? And I'm like, yeah. And with him having it both on top of each other, and then my uncle, and then both my cousins, which my little cousin was my junior bridesmaid, and then my uncle was the flower boy in the wedding. We'll insert
He was the
some
flower boy.
we'll insert some pictures here. It's just it was that whole entire month was so stressful to begin with that I was just so relieved like to have the wedding just like. And then we didn't have a DJ. We ended up just like we put together a music playlist and just
Too bad he didn't know DJ Razzo existed yet, because he was fantastic for my wedding. We went over budget.
It's fine.
We're like, we're only gonna spend this much, doubled it.
And what's funny is that like Alex always complained. He's like, we paid so much money. I'm like, this is only a quarter, if not a third. Like, not even a third, a quarter. A small portion of what the average wedding is. I literally Googled it and it was like $28,000 to $30,000 at that point, and I'm like, what? Our wedding? You want to know how much our wedding was? The most expensive thing was my dress, and I only paid for half my dress. Our wedding, I think we paid a total of like $5,500, if even that.
That was my venue alone.
And I also paid for. We paid for the bridesmaid shoots. I paid for a majority of the dresses. Like, I helped them find, like, the cheapest dresses.
Slay.
Like,
because I was also poor AF. I couldn't even afford groceries. And you're like, I found you a good dress. I was like, okay, get it.
Slay. $30. Get it. And with I made sure that everyone's dresses were different, which also is another thing that I kind of regret is not being able to go and experience trying on bridesmaid dresses and all of that, but also COVID.
I think not to, like, I'm not placing blame on anything, but I feel like that's what I was kind of so detached, because it didn't feel like a normal wedding setup.
Yeah, like Aaron went with me to get my wedding dress.
Oh yeah, I went with your aunt. That was really fun.
Yeah, because first time it was my mom, my aunt. Did you go the first time too?
No.
Elena,
because I went with your aunt.
Madison went. That's right.
I went with your aunt.
Yes,
it was just
Madison went because Madison helped me put on the dress. In the whole situation of her helping me put on my dress, I'm like, just letting you know, if you haven't seen all of me today, or if you've never seen all of me before, you're gonna see all of me today because you're helping me get this dress on me. And she helped me put on my dress and everything, and then I went to that place, tried on my dress, and then I went to another place with my aunt and my little cousin who was the junior bridesmaid. And I tried on a couple dresses. They were nice. But something just kept talking to me about the other dress, which is funny because the dress that I wore for my wedding was my least favorite dress that I tried on the first time. It was my least favorite dress. And it was a dress that my mom had picked out. So the price tag to me was like, because it was the most expensive dress out of the...
It was so scandalous, you know?
I don't even want to talk about it. It's fine.
It was not. It was not.
Yeah.
It
was just... I wanted long sleeves. I wanted, like, form-fitting. At first, I was like, oh, cathedral veil. I didn't get a cathedral veil. I ended up getting, I think it was a fingertip. And I got, like, a little flowery. It wasn't flowery. It was kind of, like, it was flat.
Your head
brooch. Yeah, it was a head brooch.
Brooch.
It had ribbon, and it tied. I loved it. When I put it on, my aunt was, like... texting my uncle, she's like, I want to buy this for her. She needs this. It looks so good. And this was the time when you were with me, and I went. I was like, I need to get in like ASAP. They got me. I believe it was the next day I was able to go in, and I was like, Aaron, you want to go with me? I want to go try on my dress. I need to try it on one more time because I feel like this is the dress, and I don't want to look any further. And at this point, I think it was Valentine's Day, actually, when I said yes to my dress. Or it was the day before. It was right around that time. We were getting married in September, and it was February, so it was, like, crunch time. And I'm like, so, luckily, my dress was, I want to say that it was on sale. It was from one of the sale racks.
I think so.
So, it was already, like, $300 off. And then I went, and I tried it on, and they put me in, like, the room where, like, the light was showing through, and I was like, ah! And, like, my aunt was like... this is your dress. And you're like standing back there like taking the pictures and everything, and I was like, ah. And like that's when I was like, yes. So I at least had Aaron. I also did not I also did not have a maid of honor or matron of honor or any of that because I also felt guilty choosing somebody. Like even though like I valued all my bridesmaids the same. Like I literally asked
none of yours is as important as the maid of honor. the rest of you.
I valued everyone. I literally asked everyone that, like, all the girls that were in my bridal party. I said, if you want to write a speech, write a speech. And was like, I don't want to talk in front of anyone. And then it was, and it was.
Yeah, there was enough speeches to go around that night.
Yeah. Madison and Natalie both wrote something. Natalie's was hilarious. Like I said, I didn't want to have a maid of honor or matron of honor. I didn't want to choose. I was just glad to have the people in my wedding that I chose that stuck around, at least. Yeah, it was just all around. And it makes me so sad looking back because my little cousin was my junior bridesmaid and now she towers over top of me. But
yeah.
Oh yeah. Rain on your wedding day is good luck because
we both had rain.
Yes. Rain on your wedding day is good luck because a wet knot is harder to untie. And it literally rained on our way there. And it started sprinkling. It was raining pretty decently while we were waiting and while everyone was going to their seats. Stopped raining as soon as I opened up my door. Completely stopped raining, and I was like, if this isn't a sign, I don't know what it. Like, I literally said, like, nope, this is my grandparents. My grandpa had passed away a year prior. It was coming up on a year prior to 10 months out. He had passed away, and I was like, yeah, nope. If this isn't a sign from my grandparents, because I also had my other grandparents and family members carrying pictures down the aisle and then setting them up in the front seats for my grandparents and for Alex's grandparents that had passed away.
Don't get me started on that. I didn't even know that existed until I saw photos. I was like, you guys did this? I'm like, when did you do this?
Yeah. Oh, and I feel like, because that was like my touch, and then...
That's so cute, though.
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted something special, and then I also had like the pictures of them on my bouquet, and like I said, if this isn't a sign that they are here, that they said, let it rain before, and let it be, and it was literally calm. We got a good amount of pictures in, and then it started raining again. I was like, if this isn't perfect, I don't know what is. It was literally at the exact time that I opened up my door to get out. I was like, it's gonna rain, and it's gonna be rude because we are on another tent, and this and that, and then it's literally stopped raining. I was like,
I remember looking outside when I was at my wedding, like getting ready, and I was sitting out on the floor casually, and I was like picking out songs, and I had like a wedding playlist, so I hit shuffle, and it was the first song that played because it was sprinkling and it was rain is a good thing.
Yeah.
I started crying. I was like, ah! It's so good, and I was like, yeah, like everything just lined up so well. It was such a I can't even get over how good of a day it was. Like, and it's funny, like, I'm surprised I didn't cry more down the aisle, but I was crying literally up until I opened that door to go down the
tissues
stairs.
Got stuck in my pocket. And then Jarrett had no tissues, and we were trying to pull tissues out. We passed tissues.
Oh, God,
I handed him one. I looked over, and I watched down the line as all the men started crying. And I was like, I'm such an ugly crier. I can't.
My favorite picture of Jarrett, he's like,
yeah. And then I looked over, and as you were walking down the aisle, my dad had my son on his shoulders, and he was holding up the sign. Here comes the bride.
He was so proud of himself. He was so proud of himself.
From the night before, when he did not cooperate going down the aisle, and for everyone to cooperate going down the aisle, it was perfect. I was
a little worried, let me tell you. It's funny because
he took his sweet time. The girls took their sweet time. They made sure every single pedal.
They stop. Pedals.
Yep.
A couple more steps. Pedals. And then you can see it in the video. Ashley, my sister-in-law, she takes the basket. She's like showing them what she's like. Just dump it. And so they just go, and they dump all the pedals everywhere. But yeah, no, my wedding was a 10 out of 10. I would not change anything. I love how the decor turned out. Mm-hmm. I don't know who did all of it, but did a really good job.
How many times I came over that we were supposed to be working on decor and then we didn't?
I have the first thing we worked on was the F.
Yep.
The F and the vases.
Yes.
The vases that I bought literally 2 years before I was even engaged. Mm-hmm. I was like, I know these are gonna be my wedding jars. I'm using.
Oh, and then the jar or the glass bottles that I found in my backyard that we used for my baby shower, and then you use those in the windows. The
windows.
Yeah. And I was like,
and now they're in the party boxes.
Hey.
But yeah, I think that's all for now because we have definitely gone over. But I feel like I've been bugging to do a wedding episode because I feel like, obviously, like, I got married in September, and it's funny.
It's fresh.
Your anniversary is the 25th. Mine's the 28th of September.
Mm-hmm.
So we're 3 days apart. 3 days apart, and what?
And
3 years?
Our Alex and I's dating
3 days,
anniversary.
3 years.
And our
3.
Yeah. And Alex and I's dating anniversary is the 29th. So everything's like bam, 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 bam.
My anniversary is the 16th. And then we got engaged on Alex's birthday.
Yeah.
Sorry, if I would have known that was going to happen on your birthday, I really do apologize.
I knew it was going to happen, but also...
Not on his birthday.
But the weather was supposed to be bad. And so
I know, they moved it.
So your mom was like,
he's
that's
like,
gonna happen
well,
today.
Gotta make do. And I was like, okay.
And she was like in the bathroom, like locked in the bathroom. She's like, I think it's gonna happen. I'm sitting there like, I'm so sad I couldn't be there if it's gonna happen. Like, I'm so, like, I hope that it happens. It better happen. And here I was like, it's gonna happen. I knew months prior. Like,
it's funny
6 months out because I was pregnant. So I knew that I wasn't going to be able to be there because I was 7 months pregnant at this point. 6 months pregnant. And I had, just traveling wasn't going to be, it wasn't going to be good for me. I had a lot of, like, fluid, and I just would have been miserable in the heat. But I was
that's hot, yeah.
I can't be there.
It was so good.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, that's it for now. We will see you guys next Friday. Thanks for watching. It's been fun. I love talking about wedding stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I can get sucked into it so quickly because I'm still obsessed months later.
Oh, yeah.
But
if you made it this far, if you watched, put a ring, like a wedding ring.
Or
flowers.
Or
bouquet.
church.
Excuse me. Yeah,
anything wedding themed.
Yeah. I'd like 3 little rings, 3 churches, 3 brides, whatever kind of wedding emoji. Well, we will see you next Friday. Or you'll see us. I keep saying, like, we'll see you. No, you'll see us.
You'll see us.
Next Friday. With probably some more Reddit stories. I feel like that's, like, our
niche for now.
We have talked about, like, once a month doing a little schmurder mystery.
Schmurder
mysteries. We're still kind of having our feet on the water, kind of feeling what we want to do, what you guys like. That being said, we'll see you later.
See you later. Bye.